Hello, welcome back to another fabulous channel. I'm JMJ Books Corner, and today we are doing a book haul. I have been collecting books for 2 years now. I didn't really realize that I didn't do book hauls, so I broke it up into two parts. The first part is all the newest ones, the ones that don't really have a place on my shelves, where we're just going to talk about them. The other one, the entire back set, is all Shadowhunter books, Storm Glass books, and like a few other like random series books I've collected over the years, for the past 2 years, and so I figured we can talk about them in a separate video, because it's really just going to be talking about the editions and why I bought them and stuff. And so if you're really curious about my more in-depth analysis of why I bought those particular books in that series, that's where that'll be. If you did not know, my sister for my birthday got me a stamp that says "From the Library of Jacob Jones" on it, and I figured while I go through them and I talk about the books, we can stamp them, because none of my books have been stamped yet, and I've had that since March, and it's definitely time to do it. I won't lie, the first few books I've talked about, I've held up on the channel before. A lot of them I have, but some of them I have not. Also, there's a few books in here I have no idea what they're about, so we're gonna figure that out too. Very exciting. So the first one is I Kissed Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuestion. I'm pretty sure I did haul One Last Stop in one of my last book hauls that I did like 2 years ago. We have her third one. I've read this. I've talked about this on the channel and stuff. Chloe Green, as she ends up kissing Shara Wheeler, and Shara ends up running away, and it's about the journey. People compare it to Paper Towns. I do think it's better than Paper Towns. It is, that has been the comparison. With that being said, let's go ahead and get me my stamp. And there it is. And now it's mine. Forever. Very, very cool. What a great gift. The next one being A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This being the fourth book in a Akhtar series. This one follows Nesta. I don't know who she is. I've not read them yet, but I own this one. The only one I don't own out of this series is the first one. I'll have to get that. But there we go. The next one is The Parish Delacourt is About Rumble by Alexis Hall, which looks like this. I have no idea. I know this is about cake people. Like, I think one owns like a cake shop or something. It's gay. I got it for Christmas. My mom had saw it and she's like, ooh, it's gay. And I've never read Alexis Hall before. I've had a few Alexis Hall on my TBRs before, but I've never read one. Bye-bye. Next one's a controversial one, but it is one of my favorite books of all time, and I definitely did want to own it, and I found it on sale, a ridiculous sale. And that is A Little Life by Hanya Nagara. This one obviously follows four boys as they are in New York, and it's about the Tronos lies. I don't recommend this book to anybody. I will never recommend this book. It put me in a 6-month-long depression after reading it. I truly did not realize how bad my mental health experience was when I read this, but it still is one of my favorite books of all time. I can't explain why, except for the fact of Jude, which I can't really explain if you're going to read it because I don't want to spoil anything. I do recommend it if you do read it because you want to figure out the hype, or you want to figure out if you'll cry or not. I recommend looking up the triggers for it because this is a book without it's necessary. So, but I do have a review. It's a non-spoiler review. I'll link it in the cards. I read it 2 years ago. There's that one. The next one being Chain of Thorns by Cassandra Clare, which is the last book in the Last Hour series. This review should be going up in June, I think. I just don't think I have enough time in May to post it, but this is the only Shadowhunter book I'm going to be talking about in this video because it's very, brand new. I have a TikTok when I bought it. It's in March. This is Grace, obviously, on the cover, but James, I think, is on that one, which is really cool. The reversible cover, I'm pretty sure, is on all the editions, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that regard. It even has a flower on it, whereas I think this might be the first Shadowhunter book to have some type of imprint, which is pretty cool. Also pretty cool, it just has a nice white page for me to come in and give it a good stamp. Very, very exciting. I'm super duper excited to read this. I've not read it yet. I have like 150 pages of Chain of Iron on my reread of that. So very, very soon. Outside of those books, that includes my Christmas haul, a book I've had for a while, and then 2 random books I found in the past 2 months, 3 months. We have the books my mom came home with that she said I had to get for you. So let's talk about them. And this is what made the haul possible. Ilias. This is a Jessica Jones graphic novel for Marvel. I don't know which one follows. It is volume 6. Actually, don't know. It might be volume 1. It'd be pretty cool if it was. I don't think it is. No, it's volume 5. 4 volumes, 3 volumes, and be able to read this, as I'm sure there's a story to it. I'm not really sure where to stamp this one. I might do it over here on this cover because I tried to do both, but it went on that one, which is it's fine. Then she got me Buffy the Vampire Slayer: The New High School Nightmare by Carolyn Novak. This one's very intriguing to me. I might do a whole video reading it. And that is Buffy Summer is just like any other student except for the part where she's a vampire slayer. This one really looks like it's written for smaller children, which I very much enjoy the aspect. But also very interestingly, half the novel is written in comics, but half the novel is written in her journal, which just intrigues the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what a cool concept, and I just think the experience of reading it, I know I have some Buffy fans out there due to that one video I made, that I feel like it could be worth the experiment. I have a feeling for anybody out there, and I might want to reread the entirety of Season 8, or the comic book series, Season 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Would that be something you guys be interested in me vlogging and, like, posting about? Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll do something on Instagram or something, but there is that one. I'm super duper intrigued, and I'm very excited to read them. I'm always looking for more Buffy's, things like this. Random Buffy memorabilia that I can buy soon that I've never done before. The next one is an Omnius volume. This is volume 6. I've only seen these online. These ones normally contain random stories in Buffy's life set during the actual TV show. I have one I think I own one, or I have versions of it. So this one has short stories, and then it has several other ones. And so I'm very excited to read this, and so maybe I'll make it like a Buffy reading vlog. She's been stamped. I'm very excited to figure out what this is. So it's called Clean. Such a beautiful cover. It's by Juno Dawson. This is Gossip Girl Goes to Rehab. And it's not like an actual like thing on the back. So I'm going to just read it to you because I have no idea. I've never heard of it before. I've never seen it before. I can feel it swimming through my veins like glitter. It's liquid gold. When socialite Lexi Volkov almost overdoses, she thinks she's hit rock bottom. She's wrong. Rock bottom is when she's forced to an exclusive rehab facility. From there, the only way up is for Lexi and her fellow inmates, including mysterious Brady, as she faces her demons. Luxurious love and its most powerful drug of all. It's dirty business. Getting clean, addiction, redemption, love, and despair. Clean will have you hooked from the very first page with the hashtag #GetClean being thing. Those chapters look really interesting. Oh, yeah. What an interesting way to do a chapter. It's broken. It looks like it's broken up into parts, but then when the chapter ends, it doesn't actually have like another chapter number. And then like after this one, there's like part 4, which is like that. Very intriguing. It's very long. It's like 450 pages, which is much longer. And also interestingly enough, they have reviews on the inside flap. That's never a thing. Very intrigued. It does say Twitter. So my question being, was released in 2018. Links to Bison's work can be located at the back of this book, and technically I guess the author's note also is somewhat like a trigger warning page, in case those things are triggering to you, so that's pretty cool too. That's my stamp. I'm intrigued. I definitely think I have enough books now, like fiction books. I can make a whole video dedicated to books my mom has bought me. I know I plan on doing one on books my sister has bought me, because I also have enough video books in that, and I can just read them in one video. It's mostly for me, not for you, but I have enough. The next one is Little Lovely Things by Maureen Joyce Conley. Maureen Joyce Conley does sound very familiar to me. The only things have been different. I don't really want to read too much about the back of this because it does look very thriller-like to me, and I very much going into thrillers completely blind. I would have to look at the author before I would post a video about the author. That's the big thing, especially nowadays when you're reading books that you just randomly find at like an Ollie's or at Half Price Books or whatever your local like discounted book place is. I highly recommend looking at the novel, but I also highly recommend looking at the author, because a lot of authors nowadays actually have a lot of bad things that they end up doing. It's just not worth the experience of reading their entire novel to just get to the point of where you're like, gosh, I wish I didn't support them at all. I would have to look at all the people involved in all these. But with that being said, that's my stamp. I don't like it. Should have probably done it maybe on that page, but it's fine. I am somewhat intrigued. I like a good thriller if it's good. She got me the Elton John biography or autobiography, which I've already read. I read this when it came out in 2021. I really don't remember when he released this. Me and a group of friends at the work I was at. 2019. Damn. Okay. Read it together. I don't think we read it that year, but we read it together. You were wondering, that's the stamp. I don't even think I marked it as like right on Goodreads. I should probably do that because I definitely did do it. We have Kissing Booth 2 Going the Distance. This was only written as the movie came out for it. There's 3 of these because of the movie, and this is Beth Reekles. See, and then they have a novella called The Beach House. It's really interesting. I would have to say, if I'm going to read The Kissing Booth 2 in any video, I'll probably read the entire series and judge it Let me know if that's something that interests you. I told my mom after I saw it, I said, that's kind of funny. And she's like, yeah, we just really like the movies. And to be fair, we did enjoy watching them together. And so she's like, I got it for you just for like the funny giggles. But if you're interested in me actually trying to read the trash, maybe it's not trash. She got me sharing a biography by Sean Smith. I would have to wonder how much of his involvement was in this. I would like to do the research on the biography, obviously. But it's pretty cool just having something like it. It's officially mine. The next one, and the second to last one in this video, is Dear Evan Hansen, the novel. I think this came out before the movie, or it came out in my involvement with the movie. The movie, if you guys did not know, was trash. I liked some of the songs in it, but I also, I love the musical Dear Evan Hansen a lot. Dear Evan Hansen and I have such a weird relationship with the musical, because when I first listened to it, because my plot, if you guys did not know in real life, is gay, I listened to it as a gay love story told from a goat, not realizing what the actual story was. This is one of the musicals I never looked up, and then I watched one on YouTube and they were just talking about it. I was like, oh, that's what this is about? And every iteration that my brain would come up with based on the music alone without any involvement in it was different from the actual. I never once guessed what the actual plot of this novel is, movie. So I was really looking forward to when the movie came out because I loved all the cast and stuff. What a disappointment. And I mean, the biggest thing I think we all can agree is Ben Platt in the role that he originated. They definitely should have got a younger actor to come in to play it, or even the same age of actor, just someone who looked younger. Ben Platt had the graciousness of growing up in Hollywood, but also growing up, actually growing up, whereas some actors and actresses stay young no matter what. Then she got me the Billie Eilish biography. This is just says by Billie Eilish. This is interesting. I talked about this before. I think it's in a video. I don't remember which video exactly. I want to say it was in a 24-hour readathon I read this. The entire novel itself is written, it's just done in pictures with little quotes. And then the actual book that she wrote for the pictures is for the audiobook with her entire family. Late sense when you think it's Billie Eilish. I'm going to do it on this front page. Not my best stamp, but also I didn't put it against the table. There it is. Alright, that is the first set of novels I will be hauling. These were brand new. Some of these novels have not even hit my shelves yet. They don't even have a crisp, clean shelf to go to. I'll have to figure out where to place them. Everything else is things you have seen behind me, even if I haven't talked about them explicitly. Like I said, that next video we'll be going in depth on the reasons why I chose the first specific versions and stuff of the book, and if I'm happy with my choice, and honestly if I would buy other copies and stuff of them. And mostly Shadowhunters and Sarah J Maas, with a few extra little things thrown in there that I know I have not hauled yet. Alright, that being said, I'm right now close out a haul, so I'm just gonna say goodbye. If there is any book in this haul that you know I haven't read yet, well, I talked, I guess you would know. Let me know if you want me to do any, I need to get to immediately, raise it up on my TBR, for my unread TBR. Alright, that being said, I'll talk to you guys all next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.